Hi everyone, lovely to be with you all today. So wonderful to be able to share with you the success of my wonderful tour in Canada, which has given me one of the best expressions of psychosomatic therapy in my whole 20 years career. I am the founder and director of the Psychosomatic Institute in Australia, and it's been internationally recognized in Canada and overseas. And we've been teaching this for about 20 years, but we've been developing it through the interaction with people, the students, because this work is about lifestyle and how we can improve our lifestyle and our relationships with each other, our families, and most importantly, the younger generation who we are now responsible for, who are coming in so sensitive and so enthusiastic about change. Change? What's happening now? Everyone seems to be searching beyond medicine and healthy foods and exercises. They've been trying to improve their health. However, the lifestyle still needs a lot of addressing and a lot more connection, which we seem to be losing because of our high industrial and technological growth that has taken us away from ourselves and our families, and therefore we need to come back and start to understand and reconnect with our families that are so important for us, so important for our community and the country. There seems to be massive changes taking place everywhere, and the turmoil and unrest that you may be aware of is really because change has to come about. And we cannot stick to old things, and the revolt within us is to looking for new things in our life, and that's what we're here for, to provide it by looking more at ourselves and what is our own being asking for. So psychosomatic work is introducing you to your own self, your own body, and trying to find out within your own self what is it that makes you more passionate about life, more enthusiastic in what you do, and that in itself lights up the world around you. So this is really where we are going with this work. We're trying to find out some more ways that we can maintain our health, our physical body, a sense of freedom and well-being, and improving our self-esteem and our self-confidence in whatever we do. As we do that and become more familiar with our own self, we feel more at home. And when we are more at home with ourselves, others are more at home with us. And that's a very important part, to feel at home and feel confident within yourself. When we are comfortable with this, then others are more comfortable around us. And that's what makes us feel at home wherever we go, whichever country you go to, and whichever language you speak or belief system you have. The comfort has to be in here. The sense of well-being has to be here, and health and your condition of your physical body is the vehicle in which you will journey and enjoy yourself in your daily life. I'm back in Australia now, and I'll be running my training courses both in Melbourne, in Canberra, in Sydney, Brisbane, and on the Gold Coast. So all of you are welcome to come and experience this wonderful opportunity you have to make big differences and changes in your life, because it's about ourselves, it's about our self-growth, our personal growth, and our self-esteem. And it has made a massive change, and we've got some of these books here which have been beautifully designed because they are for the visual, audio, and kinesthetic appearance of what we learn. It's got to look alive and attractive so that we actually make a big shift in our consciousness just by interacting with each other and understanding much more about ourselves. In the classes, we first of all get introduced to our whole body as to how it functions. And then we look at each part of our body, and by understanding what's in the face, we get to look at each other and be able to face each other and be able to understand the person we are speaking to. As soon as you do that, you are much more at home with yourself, and therefore you get communication with the other person is like magic, because you're much more at home and you're much more comfortable, you understand each other better. The next thing we do is understand our whole body, and we spend 3 days studying the body and making very detailed observation of every part of us to see how we can improve our structure, our health and our performance by looking at the condition and the form of our body. And that itself gives us a lot of insight. And we look at the hands, and then we look at the structure of the body and the limbs and joints. And when we understand all that, we've paid so much attention to our own body that we become very conscious and aware in how it requires our attention to get better potential characteristics of us out to express ourselves in much more comfort and ease wherever we go. That makes other people at ease too. And it's the time that we spend interacting with each other that gives us new behavior patterns to be able to interact with each other when we go out in the world, when we go back to our families and our relationships and our children, who are so important to us, that we learn once again to communicate with them, because the amount of things that are happening that takes us so far away from our families and our children and our interaction with each other consciously, really we need to come back now and come back home here, so we are at home. So when someone comes to meet us, we are at least there and we are conscious of who we are. That gives us a sense of freedom to express who we are, and increases and allows our light to shine, and we can express ourselves more freely every time. And that's really the purpose of this whole work, that you will enjoy a sense of freedom and self-expression with much greater confidence and better health. We're presenting intro nights at all the capital cities and all the cities that we are going to. We'll be going to Melbourne, Canberra, Sydney, Brisbane and the Gold Coast to ensure that we get as much coverage as possible, so it's available to as many people as possible to come out. Come to our intro nights, they're very interesting. We do some demonstrations there and you get to understand what the whole course is about, and that'll ensure that you're quite happy when you know what you're getting when you come into our training courses and see what expectations you have will be fulfilled. So we also have the training courses also in all these capital cities, and we're just starting this tour now as I come back from Canada, and it's been so wonderful there. Indeed, it's been the best I've ever done in my 20 years of this work that we are all going to be benefit from. Because as we go and do more of it, we are all learning from each other, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this wonderful opportunity to come home to yourself and express yourself with the greatest sense of confidence and well-being. The Psychosomatic Therapy process has organized steps, and the steps and discipline with which it is presented gives everyone an opportunity to go through practical experience at every step. So we have the breakthrough, which gives us an idea of what this whole course is about, what we are about, how we're made up and how our internal functions and systems all act. Then we start with a face reading. There's a whole day where you do a practical experience of reading someone else's face, and they'll read your face. You get a written report on that. Then we do a body-mind analysis. And when we do a body-mind analysis, we spend 3 days on looking at the whole body to find out how everything is working, what condition we are in, and which areas we need to pay more attention to enhance our well-being, our health, and our expression, and also release many past issues that have no relevance in us anymore. After that, we understand what the hands do, so we go to every part of the body to understand and how this happens. In the body analysis, you get an 8-page report at the end. You do an 8-page report on someone else. So it's a very detailed, comprehensive information you're getting. When we do the hands, you get another report there, and you get to read someone else's, and they read yours. So what does that do for us? That gives us an opportunity, as soon as we meet someone, to be able to size them up, feel them and feel at home, understand their potentials and characteristics, and also to be able to communicate with us and realize all the tools we have and how they work with us in this body. And it's so wonderful to come home and to be introduced to you. It gives you a sense of confidence and something that we have yearned for all our life, and that is being acknowledged and paying attention to our being. We live with each other in the house and homes, but after a little while we start noticing all our qualities and special reasons why we come together. Once we start to understand this, we start to have our self-value and our self-esteem enhanced, something that we all yearn for. Then how our behavior and our attitudes and our reactions to people have made us restrain ourselves from expressing our full potential, which through the study of diseases, we find that we can create about 80% our own diseases in our own body from our actions and reactions in interactions within ourselves and with other people. So we study also the psychosomatic diseases, how they are created, and how by looking at which parts of our body are showing us the results of those diseases, we also be able to take and address them, to improve them and assist any medical or health issues that we need to address. And that's what really improves us. It assists medicine, and in many cases medicine is necessary, but we improve ourselves so we can assist any treatments that we require, but also increase us so that we may not require the treatments if we care for ourselves more. And that is the most important thing, is to enjoy our health without having to come to that point where we must do it. What is this great change that's taking place? In our lives, unless we change, we cannot grow. So change has to take place. And the great changes are showing us how important it is to change. And by addressing those changes, addressing the changes in ourselves, we're the ones that are going to benefit the most. And benefit meaning in all aspects of our life. So changes and turmoil, without the turmoil we do not tend to address changes that are required until they demand our attention. And that's the biggest thing, and one of the most important things nowadays. We have to address our changes because we have to improve our lifestyle, our health and other things, because we're getting more and more sensitive. And as things improve and get better, we have to be in a condition to appreciate those changes and improvements. And that's why there's more and more people looking for ways where they can improve their life, make their life better, and make better changes. So changes will occur. And that's the biggest thing that everybody wants, a change. You as individuals, by looking at your own body and changing your own body, will be able to create more change, and it's you that change and help others to change, and they help others to change, and the domino effect of that change is the most powerful thing we can do, because we can't go changing people, but by changing ourselves and their reaction to us will change. And that's a very, very powerful tool of creating change in the community without getting other people to do what you would like them to do. I want to thank you for this opportunity to be able to meet you all, and hope that you will be able to participate and come and see us sometime and join one of these training courses to be able to participate in this change that we're all looking for.